A missing boater is found alive after spending a night lost on the Sacramento River. Action News reporter Owen Clark shows us how his quick thinking may have saved his neighborhood.
Day 4 of the Angora fire is all about wind. Will the fire lines hold under the 35-mile-per-hour gust? Both of those gentlemen worked for Ronald Reagan in the late 60s, but those few years of service led to a lifelong friendship. They're shoring up a levee along Trappers Slough next to Highway 4. It's a small levee that was not designed to hold back what over the past few days has become a pretty large lake.
No criminal charges will be filed against a Butte County man who held a gun on 2 teenagers allegedly trying to steal his medical marijuana.
I'm Alan Marsden, live in downtown Chico. Coming up next on Action News, we'll tell you about a new economic development strategy now in the works that targets Chico State alumni all over the country and their fond memories of this place. We'll explain.
In 1 hour, it's fans in the North State's turn. Action News reporter Owen Clark is apparently one of them. He's live at Barnes & Noble in Chico, where fans are now counting down the minutes. Owen?
Still have your dress, though, right?
In a box, yes.
Pull it out.
Action News at 11 starts now.
Good evening. Welcome to Action News at 11. I'm Alan Marsden.
And I'm Kelly Salm. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, there's new disturbing information about a possible danger teens face on a website they're most likely to visit.
What is MySpace.com, along with your teenager, registered sex offenders. Thousands of them are also using the popular online networking site. Action News reporter Owen Clark tells us what parents and law enforcement officials are trying to do about it. Owen? A new legal settlement surrounding California's high school exit exam could end all disputes over the requirement once and for all. It stems from a lawsuit by students in the Bay Area charging the exit exam is unfair to poor minorities. The newly announced agreement would not do away with the exit exam requirement, but would give students an extra 2 years of high school instruction in order to pass it. Before the settlement can take effect, state lawmakers would have to approve legislation to pay for the 2 years of extra schooling.
Legislation will ensure that every student...
Now, the legislation goes before lawmakers in August. Incidentally, the Chico Unified School District has 85% success rate for students taking the high school exit exam on their first try. Investigators are looking into the possibility that alcohol was involved in a fatal car accident in Redding late this afternoon. It happened at 445 on Eureka Way at Lower Springs Road. A 50-year-old man was killed after the car he was driving left the road and rolled down an embankment and into a tree. The driver died after being ejected from the car. Authorities want to know if the man was drunk. They say several beer cans were found inside the car. Authorities in San Francisco are struggling to figure out the cause of a series of sporadic power outages in downtown today. More than 50,000 homes and businesses were without power during the height of the outage this afternoon. Now, crews have been hard at work trying to restore power, but about 30,000 customers are still without electricity tonight. The lasting effect may be to the internet industry. The outage may have been responsible for knocking several websites off of the web. A spokesman for the company that manages California's power grid says he doesn't know why the outages are happening. Well, the teenagers accused of beating another teen outside a Redding movie theater are facing serious charges from the DA. One suspect, 16-year-old Thomas Duncan, has been charged as an adult for the assault of 16-year-old Levi Snyder. Another 14-year-old suspect may also face charges as an adult. Snyder received serious head injuries and underwent an emergency operation following last week's attack. The fact that these teens allegedly attacked Snyder in front of several witnesses shows the district attorney they're fearless of the law.
And that is completely false.
Now, the 14-year-old suspect will find out whether or not he'll be charged as an adult by next month. Police are still looking for a third suspect. He's been identified as 15-year-old Adam Santoya of the city of Shasta Lake. Well, coming up next on Action News at 11, a new alert for U.S. airports. It warns terrorists may be running rehearsals for more attacks. Actress Lindsay Lohan has been arrested again, this time in Santa Monica early this morning. The 21-year-old star of movies like The Parent Trap and Mean Girls was booked on suspicion of drunk driving and cocaine possession. As Gina Kim reports, it's an arrest that could send Lohan to state prison.
Maybe going to state prison.
Now, late this evening, Access Hollywood reported on its website that Lohan is proclaiming her innocence. She reportedly sent an email to show host Billy Bush that she's innocent, that she wasn't doing drugs, and that the drugs police say they found were not hers.
Straight ahead on Action News tonight, Chris tells us if more humid weather is on the way.
Also, some strange sea creatures are making their way to Northern California. All right, you beach lovers, listen up. A giant squid that usually lives off the coast of Central America is moving north into cooler Northern California waters. Thousands have taken up residence in the Monterey Bay. The creatures can grow to 7 feet in length and can weigh 100 pounds. With a parrot-like beak and thousands of barbs on their tentacles, this creature attacks, tries to eat just about everything: fish, other squid, and even scuba divers.
It's official. Now I'm going to have nightmares of that thing going through the water.
I'm not a scuba diver.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be one.
Beach vacation, anyone?
Weather may be consistent, but the Giants are anything but. A lot of drama tonight at AT&T.
You know what? Sometimes lack of consistency makes for a really good finish, like what we're seeing tonight. Up next.
And what we do will be completely transparent. Thank you very much.
He, of course, is hoping it's just the one referee, no other referees, no other players, and that will be it.
We all hope so, too.
Wow, yeah.
Thanks, Gerard. Still to come, a cat may have used up one of his 9 lives.
We'll show you what it took to get him back on solid ground when Action News at 11 comes right back.
Finally tonight, after 9 days stuck up a tree, residents in New Hampshire finally figured out a way to scare a cat back down to earth.
9 days ago, this cat took on this tree, perched precariously between the branches right next to the power lines. The fire department decided sending a firefighter up to capture the cat. It was too dangerous. Finally, a bucket truck rolled in. The cat, spooked by all the racket of the approaching bucket, came down, way down as you saw, and hasn't been seen since.
And he landed on his feet.
There you go. All's well that ends well.
Good night.